Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm...
Hi everyone, welcome to D&G Insider. I'm Dina Nina Martinez.
And I'm Greg Potter, and this is not Entertainment Tonight.
It is not. It's the D&G Insider.
Do we have to both points at the same time?
Yes, it's the D&G Insider.
That's good. I like that.
This is extra content. And if you are in this area and you're seeing this and you know to go to, then you've already done it. Never mind.
For D&G Insider.
Fuck.
Come on.
Hi everyone, welcome to D&G. Hi everyone.
Anyway,
sorry,
your
Greg.
first Insider, we're going a little bit further in with Ann Walker tonight. Or today, or this morning, whenever it is that you're watching this.
Whenever.
Because you can watch it at any time.
On the D&G Insider.
Oh, great. Look at us.
So
it's like we've been doing this for 10 years.
It is. So now we're going to bring on Ann Walker. And it's
always just about Dina.
It's always about me.
Hi,
Annie.
Hi, Ann.
Hi there.
So we did the show live on Sunday, and we wanted to sit down with you and get some little extra tidbits because you always have so much to talk about, and I love it.
Well, there's a lot going on. In the world.
The first thing that I want to dive into, because I'm just going to dive. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You had brought it up on our show when we recorded on Sunday, and so for listeners who are watching or viewers who are watching this later, it's July 22nd today. And today the BBC just released, I think it's the biggest announcement of what these special troops are actually doing. And they listed the cities that they're going into. They talked about Portland, which are attacking the Mall of Moms or the Moms group. But they listed Chicago, Kansas City, and Albuquerque.
They go to talking about Baltimore.
Yeah, but in this BBC report, it said Albuquerque. Is something going on in Albuquerque that I'm not aware of?
Well, here's the problem: they are going to make something go on in Albuquerque because if anybody is, marching peacefully, they will. If they get near, what the people have to do is stay clear of any federal building, because the federal building, that's their only thing that is the excuse they are giving, because they can protect any federal building. So if anybody's most of the time, sometimes federal buildings are around the downtown area, and that's where the protesters will go down there around that area. And now I'm not sure, but I think they're just cutting. What did the BBC say? I can't believe the BBC has gotten information.
Right. Yeah, and I was shocked because a bunch of my friends in London had posted the article. I was like, none of us have seen this. It just said that it went further into what was going on in Portland, and they had a lot of interviews with some of the moms that were standing up against them.
Yeah.
And put some of the footage in the video part, but then I read it, and it just talked about that what Trump had said, that he, that no one's going to get in his way, and alluded to the idea of martial law, but without actually saying it, of course. And then listed these 4 cities to start out with. And then also listed the article also mentioned, though, that these cities aren't the highest in rise in gun violence. And then they listed those cities, which is Philadelphia, Milwaukee. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but
Baltimore, they're talking about Baltimore too. Now they are targeting cities where the Democrats are in the federal in the government.
Yeah,
anybody that he's really targeting the Democrats wherever they are in power. Like Chicago has that wonderful lady who's the mayor now. Can't think of her
Lori
name.
Lightfoot.
Yes, Lightfoot. And she said that everybody's going to file against them coming there I've signed petition after petition this week to, say, don't go there. Don't be going there because they're not asking you to come. But
Right.
Trump thinks this is his big law and order moment. He thinks he can go in, show all these things on TV and make him seem as if he's the law and order president. And we
Right.
should all follow him.
Which is such a 180 from what he did when COVID started going. And he's like, these governors should take care of it themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
And nothing is his fault. He has shirked all responsibility for everything. And now all of a sudden, of course he's taking responsibility. Bullshit. He's not taking shit.
He's doing it for optics.
Absolutely. And
for his base.
Turn around the 15-point that he is behind Joe Biden.
right.
So I think we talked about what happens if Biden does win.
Well, that's all remains to be seen.
Because even on Fox,
if he's got these federal troops, the White House is a federal building. So he could certainly bring those troops and surround the White House and not come out. I mean,
the mayor of DC has made some pretty big allegations, though, or not allegations, claims that that DC will take force on the White House if need be, if he takes martial law.
I think that we're going to be faced with whatever he thinks he can get away with, and it's going to be pulled on us without us even, hopefully there will be some people in there that are his henchmen who have, might put country over party. And they'll be, telling people about it.
Right.
So we might.
this is not a finger. It's a finger.
And in your heart of hearts, though, do you think we're talking too fast to do you think we're too far off? Or
no. Okay. Because if we don't talk about this right now, I realize it's all, theories and what do they call that? Conspiracies. But my Lord, if we have to be aware, we can't, after these last 4 years, we can't just sort of sit by and go, well, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. No president ever has done. He's done everything that no president has ever done or ever thought about. Honey, did you hear yesterday where he was asked about it in his press conference this afternoon about COVID, that he had asked the ambassador to England to get him to talk to the people who do the golf tournament. What is the one that's
PGA?
The what?
The PGA?
No, the one that goes in London.
The golf thing. Yeah.
Golf thing. It's a golf tournament. It's a big one. But he wanted to get it to be relocated to his Thornbury, Ireland golf course. And he got the ambassador involved to England from the United States, this Woody guy, who is a big donor. He's Woody Johnson. He's part of the Johnson & Johnson family, rich.
All in Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah. So he got him to go to, and of course, he knew nothing about that today. He said he never asked him to do anything. And the guy who used to be the interim ambassador was the one that knew about it and told Woody he couldn't do that because it's like filling the pockets, lining the pockets of the president of the United States, and that's against the rules.
Right. Well, that doesn't shock me though. After he tried to get the G7 summit to come to Florida.
Yes.
Like
that broken down old place, Doral.
So I was listening to NPR yesterday, and they were talking about civil war. There was a gentleman who was discussing what is happening in places like 4chan and white supremacist and those kind of conspiracy realms, right-wing conspiracy realms.
Yeah.
And they are gearing up for a civil war. And I keep thinking, they're the ones who are armed. This is like,
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts and what are you feeling?
That's where I can't get to that yet. I cannot allow my brain to wrap around a civil war, people killing one another in America. Can you imagine that? It's hard for me to even imagine that that could happen.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, they're already killing people.
I know.
Like it's already happening, but to see it at that label that and at that far fetched. I hope though, like Rush Limbaugh is all against Trump now, which is shocking.
What?
Like
And I did not know.
the last week tonight with John Oliver this last Sunday, he had a bit with Rush Limbaugh, like talking how crazy the president is. And also, I think that there's going to be a moment where these people who don't feel empowered, that are kind of the sheep. Perfect example is I got put into a situation last week where we were in a crowd. And I was like, how the hell did this happen? But we had our masks on. And I was looking around the crowd and I was talking to our friend Christine. And I'm like, look at all these people that want to have masks on. Now, those people that would prefer to have a mask on but aren't because of one person in their group that's a loudmouth or whatever, I think that those people are actually going to get empowered at some point and have to make the decision of what they feel is right for humankind, for our country. There's too many people that are sitting on the sidelines, and they're going to be forced, if it were to get to that stage, I think that they're going to be forced to have to actually act. And that would be what would stop us from getting there if it got that far.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it.
Can you imagine? Can people fight their family people, members against family members? I mean, I know I don't speak to my sister anymore because of Trump getting elected. It's terrible. I mean, we just don't talk anymore, ever. And I thought maybe she had come around, and was talking about our mother, and no, she has not come around. And it's very difficult for me to think of her being in my family. That how could she believe this man? He's such a big old fat liar, and he's a crook. He's a crook and a liar, and he fucked that little 13-year-old girl. You can bet money on it. And I'll bet you anything Dershowitz did too. Oh, those people.
Oh, I hope that comes out soon.
Oh, I know.
I will say that I'm in the same kind of boat with you, but my mom still believes him and trusts him. And I love my mom, and she's wonderful, but she has a blind spot because
what do you think he's done for us?
They're told, she buys into the fact that people are stealing our jobs and people are coming here illegally. She buys into all of this stuff. She bought into George Soros is funding the people coming to the border, like all of this stuff. And it's because all she sees is Fox News and Trinity Broadcasting and 700 Club. And I get it. I've been there.
Siblings at home?
We'll talk about that at some other time off of the recording.
So they're no better.
No, she definitely, she's a lesbian, so she doesn't have a good head on her shoulders, but she is definitely not for Trump.
Okay, well.
God bless her.
Yes, God bless her. God bless her little heart. It's tough. It's just all tough. And I never thought that we would be faced with this as we have gotten into the 2000s, one thinks that it's the future, and we're going through the future, and it's almost over for me. I if I get another 10 years, maybe 15 at the most, and when you see this happening and doesn't seem to be a thing you can do about it except you vote. And if they've got voter suppression, like in Georgia or in a whole bunch of other states, and they throw 300,000 people got thrown off the voting rolls when they had the last Georgia election where Kemp won, because he was the Secretary of State before he became the governor. Yeah. So he made sure that 300,000 people were, cut off the rolls. So, and then the whole census thing. We know a long time ago when I was growing up, we were all very excited about the census. It only happened every 10 years, and nobody thought it was anything other than just taking, like when you're in school, here, you just let people know you're here and who lives in your house so we can get a count about representation, basically, and about things that we can, like public works, that will be made available. It's just, in 4 years, he's still got a whole lot of time left in order to, really fuck it up.
Right. Anne, I want to ask if you have any, I know you have, do you have any opinions? What are your opinions on us leaving the World Health Organization?
That was another big blow, I think. The World Health Organization, I don't care how much money, if you get all the countries to come together as the World Health Organization, we live in the world, we live on the planet, so we need everybody to get together and figure out about everything we're going through right now. And yes, they should have alerted us back in January or in December. I mean, this thing's gone back more than 6 months in China and things.
Well, November.
Yeah.
November, I think there were cases that were found.
And that's what I don't know why they didn't alert us. I think maybe they did, and nobody alerted the bastard in the White House,
They wanted to keep the numbers low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That cruise ship is not coming into San Francisco. It's like it's like half this country forgot that all that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, because so many fucking things have happened since
exactly.
January. Even. Like, even in the first 3 years, like, of his presidency, so many things happened that we're so overwhelmed and desensitized, and we're not seeing what's really happening behind the scenes. And now, this year, like, Obama had a whole, like, they did a briefing with them and said, here's your pandemic response information. It's coming.
Yeah. They knew about it.
They knew that something was where we were on the verge of it, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, and all the scientists have said, and many of the medical professionals that are like at ground zero of this have said, this is really just a test. There will be another outbreak of something down the road that we don't know exists. There will be another COVID-19, but it will be more severe, and this is a test for us to get it right for when something more, I mean, we've seen it as SARS.
How are we doing on that test?
Yeah.
Anyway, we can change to something more lighthearted now, though, if you'd like.
Well, today, California surpassed New York in a number of COVID cases.
Oh, I saw that in LA when
414,000 some odd. And
lockdown again now, right?
Yeah, and we surpassed the number of people.
Is it a full lockdown again?
Nobody's fully locked it down yet, but
Is it as bad as it was in
Yeah.
March and April?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, the
Worse.
article I saw
Worse.
this morning said that LA definitely was going on full lockdown. Yeah.
Well, it should. I have not heard Garcetti or Newsom today. I was busy worrying about going to the dentist. But anyway, yeah.
Governor and Mayor Hottie Pantses.
Mr. Hottie Pants, isn't he cute?
They're both so
They're
cute to
both,
me.
yeah.
They really are.
I'm like,
So I'm going to ask a little bit about Sordid Lives because before all this happened, there was a reunion in the talks, right?
Well,
Seeing something that Dell had posted that they were working on a reunion, right?
actually, we did do a reunion reading of the original script of Sordid Lives, and he was raising money for 22 small theaters across the South who had done his plays. So we got on Zumo, actually it was SteamYard, and we read his play. I mean, Bo Bridges and everybody who was in the original, except for Olivia. Olivia did put a little, I think she lives in Australia or maybe Florida. Anyway, she didn't do it with us.
It's so very similar.
last I saw about 6 months ago, I saw something with her from Australia. So
yeah,
that's really cool.
But we raised like almost, I think we gave them each $3,000, 22. I mean, it was, and we had an auction. We did all these things, but in addition to that, we had planned, Emerson Collins had planned for the three of us to go to we were going to go to Arkansas. We were going to go again to Palm Springs. It's all on my calendar because we never went, obviously, because of the COVID breaking.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Well, yes. I hope that does happen. More happens than it was. But how are you? Are you working, or how is this? How are things?
I got a little job. I got a little movie right before, like right when things were closing down. It was called God Save the Queens. Have you heard about it?
No, but I want to.
I'm playing Jinx Monsoon's mother.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
she was on RuPaul's, right? Yeah. Anyway, I haven't met her yet, but I did read. I did a home recording here at home and had to send it in. Well, I don't do well, so I had to call somebody. Had to call Matt Hayes. He came over, and that's why I have this light ring now.
I'm so glad you have it.
I think it's nice, and it does raise the lighting, because when we did the reading of the original Sordid Lives play, I was in the fucking dark. I'm in the dark. My daughter said, and then thing came in like 3 days later, but it was done. But she said, "You're in the dark. How come you're in the dark?" I said, "Because I didn't have my light ring." But yes, Sordid Lives is still out there kicking somewhere,
I love them.
But I want to do this little movie. It's not a big part.
So, are they still? So I know that they're doing a lot of self tapes. Luckily, I have a blue wall in all my life.
Yes.
Are they filming again?
No.
Not at all.
Supposedly, some soap opera went back. I don't know which one it was.
I heard that.
We heard that some soap opera was going back this week. And I don't know how they're going to social distance. What are they going to do?
Somebody said they were using sex dolls for love kissing scenes. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, right. I did hear that. I did.
I'm like, that's so good.
Oh, Lord.
So a friend of mine in Chicago booked a gig, and she had to get a COVID test, get the results, and then went on they went on set.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure today at the dentist office, they took our temperature when we walked in the door, and I had to fill out this questionnaire. And, everybody's taking precautions, but I could come down with it tomorrow.
I mean,
Right.
My friend, Taryn.
Taryn,
Right?
yeah.
Did I tell you that already?
You did on Sunday.
It's terrible.
She's not doing well at all.
No, not now.
Oh.
She has pneumonia now, and so they can't take care of the cancer. It's just terrible when you have friends. It's not COVID with her, It's just awful when you have friends who are in the hospital, especially because you can't go see them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a downer, big downer. But
it's real. It's part of the
reality.
situation.
And every day I see more and more people having lost somebody on Facebook. They talk about, such and such a person. And
Paul Jasek. Paul Jasek.
I don't think, did I know him?
I thought you did. I feel like he's lost 1 million people since this all happened in his life. And
I do know him. He's on my Facebook.
Yeah. He used to do a show at Hot Talk or LA Talk Radio back in the day. But yeah. So my question for you right now is, what are you doing to take care of yourself?
Besides scream at the television all day long.
I do that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I can't really sit.
Shit, I need another Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I can't even watch him. But I watch the news. I'm an avid news fan, and Rachel is my favorite.
Yeah.
And now Joy Reid is on at 4, so I don't usually get started watching until about 5 or 5:30. Then I watch through to whenever. What do I do for myself? I sort of don't involve myself too much in day-to-day activities. I have my dog, and I walk my dog 2 or 3 times a day. I go down the hill and around the corner, and I just walk the dog. And luckily, my daughter lives with me, so I do have someone to talk to. But she works, 3 or 4 days a week. But I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just I hate not having anything that I can do about anything.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll just have to talk a little bit more.
Yes, I like that. I like this idea of me ranting.
I love it too.
Yeah, once a week.
So for everybody who's watching this Insider, we're trying to get Ann to do a weekly Ann rant.
Even Ann has the point down.
Insider.
There is in my file here. I used to have a thing called Ann's Rants.
Because you used to do it for the D&G Us years ago.
Yes. You kids.
But I think I've gotten a song for it.
Oh, good.
You're gonna sing it, right?
I am.
Okay.
She's got opinions and she can't tell. She's got opinions and she can't hold back. It's Ann's weekly rant with Ann Walker.
Oh, let's do this. If I've got a song, we gotta have a song. Oh my God!
It may just be a cappella.
That's okay.
Jingle queen.
I'm a jingle queen. Wait, that's
not.
I love that you're looking through your Ann's rants.
Here it is. Ann's rants. Oh my Lord.
I don't even know if they're still available on the website anymore. I think everything like Hot Talk LA they don't have their website up anymore.
Well, do you know what happened to my radio station? I have no idea.
With Tony,
they're still around.
They're still going.
Yeah, they had to change the name though. They had to change it to United Broadcasting.
Really?
Yes, because Universal Broadcasting, I think Universal got wind of it, and they had to, had to do something about that.
Well,
You know, Tony got married, right?
I saw that.
April 2011. Shall we look and see what we were ranting about?
Yes.
April
Yes.
2011. In today's world, there's so many things that we're expected to keep up with. As I get older, the list gets longer. I'm expected to be able to keep up with technology, my health, friends, family, career, and personal goals, as well as keeping up with my bills. And here it is, tax time again. My taxes. Well, I say good luck to all of us. It takes a special person to be able to keep up with all this. I'm not usually that person. I'm usually playing catch up in all of these areas. I think some of you can relate. And she goes on. Oh, God. Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or it is nothing at all. That good old Helen.
Good old Helen.
Yeah. Oh, Henry David Thoreau. I used to throw out all these little things like it could help anybody. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. God damn it. Henry David Thoreau. One more.
Go ahead.
Happiness is the consequence of personal effort. You have to participate relentlessly in the manifestations of your own blessings. Elizabeth Gilbert. She wrote that Eat, Pray, Love thing.
Yeah.
Now, does that have anything to do with the line in Sorted Lives? You are not participating in your own recovery.
I love that. I was like, I know this line. I know where she's going.
And then the snap of the rubber band.
February 2011. Human rights are rights and freedoms to which all humans are entitled. Yes, they are. I don't know who said that, but anyway.
Jesus.
This was, oh my gosh, this was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. And we were talking about human rights or, or rights and freedoms to which all humans are entitled. United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 1. That's,
what?
Oh, God.
Sorry, all the dogs are going crazy. They love you so much.
They love me because I'm
I think that, is he gonna try to get out of the UN?
I'm telling you, what are we going to do?
I'm just throwing fodder for the fire.
We can't get out of the UN. That's the United Nations.
Well, I mean, I don't think we would, because we've already broken so many of the UN laws, the international laws, and we've done so many crimes against humanity already that we've never been we've never been charged with. So, I mean, we're getting away with murder literally already. So why would it bother to leave?
Right.
No, exactly. I think, though, if we left, there was an HBO miniseries that came on this last year that was called Years and Years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it at all?
I did not, but I'm going to look it up.
It's really interesting, although this was just it came out maybe 10 months ago, and it's already showing some like these writers had some forethought to what was going on. It's only like 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends in 2030, but it starts off in 2019. And it looks at this British family, and the grandma and the 3 siblings, their parents aren't alive anymore, but all the siblings are adults and they have kids. And it starts off with just talking about what's going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one son looks at his niece and is like, what's going to be like in 5 years? And it jumps ahead. And in that scenario, it's 3 days before Trump's last Trump's second term is over, and
my
the
God.
entire world has put sanctions on the U.S., and Trump drops a nuclear bomb on China right
Oh,
before Pence takes over as president. Like this is
right
it's
before who takes over?
Pence.
Oh my God.
And it's the show goes into, but it's not even just American politics. It goes into technology. Like
Uh-huh.
this one of the daughters in it, she's like, she tells her mom and dad, she's like, I'm transhuman. I want my brain to be uploaded to the cloud. So and eventually her brain is connected to a computer basically, and she can do all these things. And she finds out that her father is cheating on her, but it goes into refugee status.
Cheating on her or her mother?
Cheated on her mother.
Yeah.
I was like,
that would be
that's
weird.
very.
That's
That
right.
would have been another little story.
But it goes into refugee, like the actual refugee crisis that will be happening if we don't get our shit together. And it's an intense miniseries, but also a lot of practicality in there. And so as we've developed in this last year, I'm like, oh my gosh, the show. It even looks at like the pound dropping overnight, and one of the siblings loses like 10 million pounds in the bank,
Wow.
and they move in with their grandmother, and how close we are to so many of these catastrophes. So
I'm going to look that one up on the TV.
Me
but
too.
I hope it doesn't get you depressed though, because
Oh, it will. It will. It will.
okay.
But I take my handy dandy little Lexapro.
Yes.
It's real good. I've gone up from a 10 milligram to a 20 milligram. And if I'm having a particularly bad day, I pop 2. Just take 2.
My favorite part of Lexapro is when you first start taking it and you don't feel hungry at all. And you're like, I'm losing weight. And then all of a sudden it turns.
That's never happened to me.
Lucky you.
I've been taking Lexapro since since the day it was sort of born. I don't know how long, but a long time.
1847.
Wait, what is this called?
Lexapro.
Insider.
This Insider special is brought to you by Lexapro.
This DG Insider is brought to you by Lexapro.
Lexapro. Sitting right here at my desk.
Big Pharma's coming after us on this one.
They are.
Oh no, they'll write us a check. They write
Yes.
checks for everything when it's in their favor.
Fried it.
Well, the thing is, I've never taken any other kind of mood enhancement. And so I don't know, like, I know other people have taken Ambien. Is Ambien just a sleep aid?
Yeah.
I think so.
But
When I was still in LA in like 2008, 2009, when we started the show, and I was still working at Starbucks. You remember those days?
yes, I do.
I was given by my doctor Nuvigil because I was diagnosed with shift work sleep disorder.
A what now? What kind?
It was a Nuvigil.
I know, but
Oh.
what was the disorder?
Shift work sleep disorder.
Oh, because of shift work.
Yeah.
Being
And so, yeah, it was crazy. So I took it, and Dina and I resorted to calling it Mama's homemade miracle crack because I lost my appetite and I could focus so well. Like it was like I could really but just the thing that would suck about it is if I started focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have to actually like get conscious, like, oh, Greg, you should not have spent 45 minutes arranging the trash. Like,
It was like cocaine in a pill prescribed.
And what's it? Nuvigil?
Nuvigil.
Nuvigil.
No.
I wonder if
Now
it's
Sounds like Nuva gel, like it's a
like Nuvaring.
yeah.
That's a contraceptive.
Great. I've tried to ask my doctors for it again, but no one has to let me, like, no one.
Ooh.
I need Nuva
I'm just a
gel.
psychologist now, though, and that supposedly is doing all the better. I mean, it's doing okay.
If I can find one thing, these lists that have been appearing on Facebook, it says, you can only pick 2 or 3 of these lists of things. And then one list was pills
Mhm.
that do certain things. I picked these 2 pills. One is you can eat anything you want and not gain weight.
Yeah.
And the other pill was you can have a lot of money.
Good.
So I figured I could take care of a lot of stuff with just those pills. You know?
I like that.
Yeah.
And this has
I-
been Ann Walker, Dina Nina Martinez
Greg Potter, did you forget my name?
on. No, I was allowing you to say it. And this has been the D&G Insider.
I got to figure out that it's all reversed. Are we finished? Oh, let's do it one more time.
Okay. I'm Dina Nina Martinez.
Wait a minute. I got to fix the finger. I can't fix the finger.
I've been Dina Nina Martinez.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's up there. Of course. That's where the camera is. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say my name. Greg's going to say his name. You're going to say your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can. If you
Dina
can.
Nina Martinez.
I'm Greg Potter.
And I am Ann Walker.
And this has been a D&G Insider.
Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. It did